Coming up in tonight's bulletin, the Solomon Islands Electoral Commission launched its 2024-2028 strategic plan in Honiara. The International Court of Justice (ICJ) delivered a historic advisory opinion on the obligations of states in the face of climate emergency. And Prime Minister Manile assured the people of Renal and Bolama Province that his government is committed to seeking justice for the environmental damage caused by the MV Solomon Trader oil spill disaster. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Sharon Nanau. SIEC launched its 2024-2028 strategic plan in Honiara, outlining a roadmap for electoral reforms, accountability, and inclusive participation ahead of the 2028 electoral cycle. Andrea Mahanua reports.
The Solomon Islands Electoral Commission, SIEC, today launched its 2024 to 2028 strategic plan in Honiara. In her remarks at the launch, SIEC's chairlady, Madam Tayasi Sanga, says the strategic plan aligns with the 2028 electoral cycle and will serve as a roadmap for the Commission.
This strategic plan aligns with the 2028 electoral cycle and will carry us through to the post-election period after the 2028 joint elections. And so the strategic plan will serve as our roadmap through to the end of 2028, guiding us in our efforts. It sets a clear direction and reflects our deliberate, prioritized decisions to position us for success over the long term. As you all know, in April last year, the Electoral Commission and Electoral Office successfully conducted the 2024 joint elections.
In an interview with SIBC TV, SIEC's CEO, Jasper Highwood Anisi, said the report highlights key areas in the electoral process, including electoral reforms, finance and accountability, and inclusivity. Mr. Anisi adds the strategic plan is a comprehensive one.
I think it highlights law strategic plan when we launch him today. And to us, work law electoral list, looking at out of constituency voting and continuous registration, and also the financial and accountability aspect of it, and also the inclusiveness and awareness program goal of the stakeholders. Those are, to me, the three highlights. But we have 7 strategic pillars that we follow. Something is a strat plan. The unique about this strategic plan is we have a very comprehensive consultative process where we follow around in full country, ask them about what na views and come up inside this lesson learned document where we follow now then translate him inside the strategic plan and try to address some of the gaps last elections, even though it was done successfully. But yes, we strive for excellence. We want to go further and to improve it to the best of the team below me. So yes, me also acknowledging the hard work of my staff in terms of the consultative and planning processes where we put them into focusing this plan.
Meanwhile, SIEC partners, Australia and the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, commended the Commission for the launch of the strategic plan.
Australia, in partnership with UNDP and other donor partners, is proud to continue supporting SIEC as it progresses this ambitious agenda and works to deliver successful elections and by-elections across the country, including in some of the most geographically complex and logistically challenging environments in the Pacific. We look forward to strengthening our ongoing partnership and working with you to advance your top priorities as you look towards the 2028 joint elections, which will no doubt come around very quickly. Australia and Solomon Islands partnership reflects our shared commitment to democracy, the foundation of a peaceful and prosperous society.
The partnership and the broad engagement that have made possible this document. So in that sense, I think it is also an exemplary way of conducting strategic plan consultations. UNDP, of course, is very proud to have supported the Commission through our elections support projects. And As you can see today, we are not launching a document, but really the culmination of a long journey that started in 2024 after the conduct of the joint elections, and as the speakers have said before me, is anchored very much in the experience and lessons learned from the elections.
Andrea Mahanwa for SIBC TV.
The International Court of Justice, ICJ, has delivered a landmark advisory opinion clarifying the legal obligations of states in addressing the global climate emergency. Following a campaign led by Vanuatu and backed by vulnerable countries across the Pacific, Andrea Mahanwa with the details.
The International Court of Justice, ICJ, delivered a historic advisory opinion on the obligations of states in the face of climate emergency on Wednesday. The ruling was made following the submission of written statements and extensive oral hearings held in late 2024. Spearheaded by the Vanuatu government, the initiative marks a landmark milestone for the Pacific region and other vulnerable nations who bear the brunt of the climate crisis. Speaking to the Pacific Community, SPC, Vanuatu's Minister of Climate Change, Ralph Regenvanu, explained the decision clarifies state obligations to mitigate climate change.
One of the key ones is, states are responsible for the private actors that cause global greenhouse gas emissions in their territories by their failure to regulate properly, and that such conduct is an internationally wrongful act that requires reparations for the damage caused. That's a very clear argument that we have been making, but now we have the legal backup for it. The fact that the ICJ made the very clear statement about sea level rise for Pacific Island countries, the fact that regardless of what happens to our baselines, the territory as established under previous international law exists. That's really great for so many of Pacific Islands who have been fighting for this to be recognised at international level, and we just got the highest recognition possible.
He adds the initiative stands for the future of the Pacific people.
Well, we're fighting for the future of our people and our countries, and we come from such a beautiful part of the world, and we have such beautiful cultures. We're really unique. And I'm fighting for our uniqueness and the fact that we want to continue to practice the way we've been living in our islands for thousands of years. It's unique and it's blessed, and we want to maintain that. And to do that, unfortunately, we've got to go and fight outside our countries, because it's outside that's causing us, it's endangering our lives. And that's the whole basis of our, what we're arguing here, is that we want to live as we please according to our traditions. You are endangering that. And so we need to address what you're doing so that we can continue to practice our lives.
The Pacific Islands students fighting climate change also played a leading role in the climate advocacy campaign. Speaking to SIBC TV from The Hague, President Cynthia Honiara says she is proud to be part of the initiative.
Advisory opinion in some ways that court understand how serious the gravity of issue for frontline communities. So that one making me very proud to be part of group where I'm starting initiative for Kasim and to for actually Kasim mifa garam hopeless starting that this one by him save helping me garam potential for help him, especially frontline communities, but mifa never imagine him that the nature or how okata deliver me. So mifa very grateful and happy for able for use him save blum fala energy blum for time blum fala for add goal of fight with Yumi, especially people with me frontline communities where Yumi accountability and missing Yumi like him climate justice where and fair for people where okata contribute little bit normal lo son but ota bear him na full brand blow effects blame.
SIBC TV understands the Vanuatu government is expected to bring the advisory opinion forward to the United Nations General Assembly. Andrea Mahanwa for SIBC TV.
Prime Minister Honorable Jeremiah Manele has assured the people of Renol and Bellona Province that his government is committed to seeking justice for the environmental damage caused by the MV Solomon Trader oil spill disaster. Speaking during the province's second appointed day celebrations earlier this week, Prime Minister Manele said government recognizes and commends the resilience of the people in continuing to demand justice for the incident. He said Cabinet has approved the establishment of a commission of inquiry and the launch of civil litigation against Asia Pacific Investment Development, APID, and other involved parties.
The Cabinet has approved the establishment of the Commission of Inquiry and commencement of civil litigation to recover unpaid government royalties from APID, among other related actions. The responsible government authorities are now implementing these decisions. I applaud the people of Renold Island for persevering and continuing to pursue claim on the damages by MV Solomon Trader, the largest ecological disaster in our nation's history. I am pleased to commit the resources of our government through the Attorney General's chambers to not only supporting the claim, but joining in as a partner of the local people.
Prime Minister Maneli said the government has engaged DLA Piper, one of the world's leading international law firms, to work alongside the Pacific Legal Network to address the issue.
In that role, we have instructed one of the largest and most respected law firms internationally, DLA Piper, to work alongside the Pacific Legal Network, who represent the Kangava Bay communities. I also acknowledge the Australian government, who stood with us and has also supported the costs of additional environmental report, which is currently being prepared. In addition, we are in the process of securing litigation funding for the cost of pursuing the claim. Today, we send a message to those who pollute our land and waters that they must answer for the harm they cause. I call on all relevant government authorities to step up your enforcement and compliance efforts, not only here in Renold and Bellona province, but throughout the country. To landowners, you are on the ground. You invited companies into your lands in the first place. Do your part as well in keeping companies honest and true to their agreements with you.
Meanwhile, Renold and Bellona Province Premier Honorable Derek Pongi said his government is working on a new mining moratorium which aims to protect the province.
Issues related to mining, such as unpaid royalties, Kangava Bay oil spill, and the non-rehabilitation of mining sites remain unresolved. We are working on a moratorium on issuing new prospecting and mining business licenses until these issues are addressed. The moratorium also aims to protecting Bellona Island and East Renold.
Now, the Ministry of Health and Medical Services has launched the 2025-2030 Multi-Sectoral Implementation Plan on Child and Family Welfare, marking a major step in the Solomon Islands government's efforts to protect children and end violence against them. Ian Kaukui reports.
The Ministry of Health and Medical Services, in collaboration with its partners, officially launched the Multi-Sectoral Implementation Plan 2025-2030 on the Child and Family Welfare System today in Honiara. The launch marks a significant milestone in government's commitment to ending violence against children and strengthening the system that support their well-being. Speaking at the launching, Supervising Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Dr. Gregory Gillini, says the plan sets a roadmap to help guide and protect children in the country.
As a government and as individuals who care deeply about the well-being of our people, we are gathered here for one shared reason: to give every child in the Solomon Islands a safer and stronger start in life. This implementation plan is more than just a document. It reflects what we value as a nation. It is a roadmap for how we work together to protect children, strengthen families, and support the most vulnerable members of our communities. The work of protecting children is never simple and never the job of just one ministry, one agency, or one sector. It is a shared responsibility rooted in the law through our Child and Family Welfare Act 2017 and brought to life by the people. Social workers, health professionals, teachers, police, church leaders, and community champions. On behalf of the Minister of Health and Medical Services, I am especially pleased that this plan is fully aligned with our National Health Strategic Plan 2022 to 2031.
Meanwhile, Australia High Commissioner, Councillor Human Development, Dr. Tristan Armstrong, reaffirmed Australia's support to the plan as one of the Solomon Islands' key development partners.
This multi-sectoral implementation plan has now representing the desire and the effort to work together better. Yumi para sabi that yumi sabi good that have no responsibility below one fella agency no more. Have responsibility below everyone inside government where yumi are responsibilities that affect how now families and children are supported, whether in health, education, gender, justice, police, every part of the enabling environment where him surrounding family life. And what are civil society, NGOs and churches are important too. So I think everyone is represented here today, and that making me feel very happy to us. Yeah? Australia, me very happy to us, and we like to congratulate the Ministry of Health and Medical Services, together with the Ministry of Women, Youth, Children and Family Affairs, for this fella achievement, for the work that has gone into this fella achievement, and for the symbolic importance of this fella document. So, congratulations.
The multi-sectoral implementation plan is supported by the Australian government and UNICEF as one of the implementation agencies. Yan Kaukui for SIBC TV.
And in sports, the Makira Ulawaril Kakamoros are the champions of the Solomon Cup 2025. The Clive Duggie Junior coach side defeated defending champions Malaita Eagles 3-0 in the grand final match today at the National Sports Stadium in Honiara. 3 second-half goals, one from Jeffrey Bule and a double by Andrew Hanua, seal the win for the Real Kakamoros as they win their Solomon Cup title. Guadalcanal Hornets, meanwhile, claimed third spot following their 7-1 win over Western Tomoko. And that's news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb and our SIBC News Facebook page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.